Welcome back to Alternative Reality Gaming. I'm your host Lenny, and if you're lucky, one of my furry co-hosts will join us today. Your stream will begin shortly. Enjoy. Alright, welcome back. We're going to be playing some more Out of Ore, where I am just lost in the wilderness here, playing on the Scandinavia map. I left my little cave to gather some wood. I need some flooring and whatnot to build my underground facility. Okay, what? We got the indestructible trees here. So the goal that I've got going on this go around is I don't want it to be obvious that there's any factory where I build. So I'm kind of not even cutting down trees too close to each other, even though I think they come back over time. I honestly don't know. And then not like making any kind of an entrance. All the equipment is going to stay down there permanently. If it ever needs to come out, it's going to have to dig its way out. So, um, yeah, looks like some of these sections are getting a little obvious. It's the only thing I don't like is that when you cut down a tree, it leaves like a dirt mark on the ground. But at the same time, there'd be a tree stump. So I mean, it's not like it's wrong. But I'm just covering ground, trying not to make big spots like that where it's real obvious, because I'd like to, like at the end, fly over with a drone and see how invisible it really is. So as of right now, I'm apparently over here, and my uh, mine, whatever the heck you want to call it, I guess. What would you call a underground facility? We're gonna treat it as a hmm. We can make it like an underground grow operation, but before the grow. That's what sucks is that you can't actually put like plants and stuff into the game, but like it's 110% just digging and gathering ore. But it is what it is. There's other games for that. So, ooh, I wonder if you can actually see at all kind of where my setup is. So we are over there somewhere. Definitely not very visible from up here. We're gonna leave that tree. I was tempted to whack it down, but if I do that, it's gonna be real obvious. So my little underground bunker is up ahead. They definitely slowed down the running since they added skill points to give you something to work for a little bit. It's definitely weird not having any visible structures to look for. So it is definitely obvious because of the dirt, which kind of sucks, but you got this Alice in Wonderland hole going on here to my little workbench, which has my floor pieces, which is what I was gathering wood for. I need to build my little decks or whatever the heck you want to call it, where I make it that I can drive up to uh yeah, my sell point here. I don't know what you want to call it really. So I was told to use the grid for building so that everything always stays in line no matter what. Um, Kind of sucks because I want to build in between that height and it doesn't let me, but definitely need to make it that I can actually get up to this thing smoothly each time. So from here, trying to figure out if I want to go, I think I kind of want to go that way to build my sluice box because this is the entrance over here. So I need to always build away from the entrance so that I don't accidentally um, break my way out of here, I guess, is the best way to put it. I would like to pop out to the outside view, but down here in this cabin, it is so close that I can't really get the camera to move out of the way at all. So I guess I kind of did. I don't want to go down at all yet, and I've already gone up. So I need to go through the wall, kinda. How do I get back inside? Here we go. So I want to go that way, but I don't want to gouge the floor too much. And then I also got to be careful not to tip over, because apparently I'm not cutting into the floor enough. Maybe I should cut into the floor and then... See, that was the other thing that I noticed. I was dropping dirt and it was making me go flying, I think. Okay, so that's just a bot. I need to flatten the ground. I mean, that kind of helps because I do need to level it out. There's no wood ramps. There's concrete ramps. There's no wood ramps. Um, and I think that's where I'm gonna have to cave. I didn't want to cheat and like just use the store to buy stuff. But I think there's gonna be some portions where I kind of have to, like these ramps. Um, because if I go into wood, am I right? Yeah, there's no wood ramps. You got wood roof, but wood roof I think is gonna be insanely steep. And I need to be able to drive up and down this fairly comfortably. Um, so I found in my other save that these little concrete ramps work really well. They cost about the same, like it's not too crazy. You do go through a shitload of them really fast, so expect to be spending quite a bit on them if you're gonna buy. Um, we're gonna buy 50 of each so I can build my ramps. And I also have dirt. The paid dirt I need to keep separated because that's the one that I actually can make some money off of. We need that height, turn it, and there. See, that's what I'm talking about. So now I should be able to get up and down this fairly I don't want to say easy, but okay. And I do kind of want to go off to the side there. I don't have any more wood for there right now, but that's okay. And I'm definitely not going to be able to smoothly get up that. Okay, well, we're going to work with what we got here. Or it'll let me place through the tire. That's very hyper realistic for sure. Uh, Alright, see if we can get up this now. Use the bucket to help my front end up. Can I scrape the ceiling at all? I can. Alright. I always use this as a trick to get some work done doing less. Scrape the ceiling above you and get as much of that down as we can. Okay. Hopefully this goes in. It didn't even look like anything came out. So I think we can finally go outside, kinda. Be like a little hermit crib with this like a hole that I'm living in. Okay, so that follows the bucket, which I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna make things easier or harder. We're gonna try and work with it though. Just because I can't see. I can't get the cameras where I need it to be because of how tight this area is. But we're making it happen, alright? It's working. We're getting there. It was working. Makes it easier to see where the ceiling is that I can scrape. That's for sure. And a little bit easier to see when I'm full from up here. Oops. Holy crap. Got a lot of coal in that one. Hurry before the autosave. It doesn't matter. But I beat it. So I have made a bit of a mess here on the ground that I would like to clean up if I can, because it would make it a lot easier for me to drive around. Let's back up into my little hermit hole again. Drive. Around the corner here again. We are making some progress here. I feel like I'm dropping a lot of it right back where it was, but I still have some in my bucket, so I got some. And the ramp doesn't even necessarily have to stay. Um, it can turn into a flat floor or whatever. I'm just trying to make it that I can actually get digging in here. And when the ground's super unlevel, these things don't want to move, like, at all. I feel like that missed. Maybe it was mostly pay dirt. I don't know. Rotate. Yeah, there we go. Get this cave bigger. Come on. Up and at 'em. There we go. Fuel low. That's no bueno. That's another problem that I did not entirely think of. How do I refill this thing? I need to find somewhere to put a fuel canister next to this cell point. It's not going to be OSHA approved or anything, but that's fine, you know. That's fine. Clearing out some space. I wonder how close I have to be to this fuel tank because, I mean, obviously I don't have the most space to work with. Need to go straight that way, kinda. Alright, so now let's shut it off. Save a little bit of fuel, and we are gonna. How do I view this hopper? I guess I can't put anything in by hand, so I'll have to wait until I have a conveyor system then later to throw in all the pay dirt that I have in my inventory. So we need to buy a fuel station, okay. And then put it on top of the cell point, like right there. Okay, so that does work. I don't like leaving things clipping like that, so I usually do dig them out. Obviously, the sell point, I didn't have much option because I was just getting everything uh, moving in the ground here. Oh, you know what I didn't pay attention to though? How close am I to the surface? Ooh, okay. So that's actually my ramp out. Fuck. We'll just act like we buried the tank there. Yeah, we dug it out, put the tank in, buried it again, called it good. Can I fill my tank here? What button is 2? It's that button. So, the answer is yes. We can refill right here. So let's keep clearing out in front of us here. So the focus cam is on what? The bucket? Because it's not really letting me rotate this camera around. That's in cab. In cab. I'm like unable to see what the frick I'm doing. Okay, so this is a major drawback to building inside. It's just the camera nonsense. But almost need one of those low profile excavator wheel loaders for mine shaft digging. But once I get the room actually like set up, it won't be so bad. Oh, that's cool. It didn't allow me to dump the stuff in the wrong spot. More or less, I had rolled back and it wasn't going to go in the dump point, and it just stopped me from dumping it on the ground. I mean, I guess it could have just let me drop it on the ground. I think we need to work on this ramp somewhere. It's getting too hard to move around in here again. Dang it. That time it let me dump it in the wrong spot. So we're gonna back this thing up. Try to put this thing away, I think, so I can actually see what the hell I'm working with again. And I think the other issue is that I'm dealing with a ramp. I would kind of prefer flat, I believe. But obviously I don't have much of a choice starting out. Is that the kitten? Yes, it's the kitten screaming. Alright, let's we're gonna keep reusing the ramps. So we're gonna pull them back up real quick. And now that I was able to use that to kind of clear out this area. And then Did I make more wood floors yet? I did not. So the wood floors require wood beams and planks. So we're gonna go with 20 wood beams and 20 wood planks. That'll make us 10 floor planks. And then I want to try to not buy all the stuff, but I'm gonna have to buy some of it. So we'll do another 10. Wow, 10 is not gonna get me very far, is it? And I wonder, I didn't even pay attention to how long it actually takes for that wood stuff to be made. It's gonna take like 8 minutes. Wow. That is time consuming. So we'll let that keep going. And we're gonna have to buy some more. And one thing that I did learn, uh, why didn't it buy 10? I guess I have to retell it to buy 10. But when you place the floors, if you were to knock the ceiling down, it will go through the floor, which even if it's concrete, not just wood, and it'll start to like level out the floor below you. So down the road, you technically could just pick up the floors as you're going. Oh, maybe we'll try that. Make it that we don't buy and floor the whole place. We'll just use the flooring for where we're working and then pull it up and level out the ground and move to the next spot. That's, I kind of like that idea, to be honest. That floor down there is gonna have to stay kind of low at the moment. Um, I do actually have my own dirt that I could throw down here to try to level it, but I think I'm gonna intentionally just make a mess. So give me 1 second here to place the wheel loader through the ground. Yeah. So now that we're on the platform, what I meant by making a mess was scooping the ceiling. So we wanted focus, but we wanted focused on that bucket part here so we can see the ceiling. I've apparently done a good enough job clearing the ceiling that I can't touch it. I thought I was going to be able to get some more. Dang, alright. So let's back up without falling off the platform here. We are starting to get some more ceiling at least. Come on. Dig. The bucket's not even full, but it's like not allowing me to dig. Here we go. So my thought process is that as I'm doing this, it's gonna make a mess and fill below it, but I really am not sure. I do, however, you actually kind of need to let it make a mess. So maybe we'll do my scraping method that I usually do, where I intentionally put the bucket down and then pull up into the wall and just let it eat and drop and make a mess. And if it's doing this right, it should start to level the ground out. Yeah, so now we got the ground coming through the floor, which is what I wanted. Apparently the dog and the kitten are over here playing. And now we take and level this out and go forward and kind of clean up our mess off of the floor. And there we go. Now the ground should be leveled to the floor. If you tip the bucket straight down, it will grab the dirt from below the floor, and then it won't be level. So just keep that in mind if you're using this technique. That did actually work really well. What I do want to know though now is if I continue on and get rid of this little pile here, can I, well, besides get a huge chunk of the ceiling, because that's awesome, pick up the floor? So I get that this spot's not going to be a good idea to pick up the floor because it's right in front of where I'm going to keep making a mess consistently. So maybe we'll leave the floor around the cell point and only move the floor as we're going and building the rest of this thing. So let's jump on out here. Let's grab the wood that's up here and tell it to make as many floors as it can. How long does it say it's gonna take? A minute and a half. So we're gonna go get some more wood. Sadly, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to hide the fact of cutting down trees out here. Like, I get that the map is insanely huge, and yeah, I could just go cut down trees only over there, but like, it's still then gonna be obvious that the land has been disturbed by humans. So like, it doesn't entirely follow my little hiding idea. It still makes it not obvious that there's a factory or anything. Hi there, little one. What's up? What you doing? You're just running by? I see how it is. You're like, hi, bye. She's playing with the puppy, and luckily he's smart enough not to try and follow her, because I could only imagine this idiot trying to run up on my lap here while I'm playing. 70-pound pity. And yes, the pity plays with a kitten. They're I mean, I guess the pity's only like a year old, so he's still a pup in a sense. The kitten's only like half a year old at this point, I think. Yeah. I don't know what that noise was, but it kind of sounded like there was like a bear. It's probably the tree falling down, but not really sure on that one. Why's that derp? I want to eat these mushrooms, but it won't let me. What are you doing? Alright, let's move out of this spot. I already cut down a shitload of trees in that little area. It's gonna start getting real obvious. Just like cutting a line as I'm walking. It was a tornado, I swear. My farming simulator save, there's definitely a tornado. It cut right through the middle of two of my farms. How far did I even go from my base? Not very. So we need to head back and cut some trees along the way. Oop. So this does at least get me experience cutting the trees down. Not like a ton or anything, but I'm at least making some progress instead of just buying the wood and saving the time. Um, and I shouldn't need too much more because, like I said, I'm going to keep picking up the floor, I think, and reusing it and then just driving on the dirt. Because, I mean, as long as it's not actual, like just dirt, when it gets like a heavy truck on it, it doesn't deform. So I think that's part of it, is I just gotta make sure I have stone or gravel or whatever on the ground to make it that it can handle the weight. Where are we at? And yeah, I know I can teleport. I just try not to do that right now. Definitely starting to look kind of scarce in the tree department around by this place, so we're gonna stop cutting down by the hole. So now I need to find it though. So we're this way somewhere. And almost back. I definitely did take a bit of a trip away. Starting to look a little obvious for sure, because I can see these dirt spots from a distance. I wish there was a way to like landscape again. I wonder if I can plant trees or anything later on. Try to hide it. Okay, where did I? No, I passed it. This way. Nitro, that's not the cat that wants to play. Okay, well, let's. There's the hole. Jump back in. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Let's grab these wood platforms and put the wood we got back in. And in order to make more floors, I need more beams. So we're gonna make 40 beams and 40 planks. And then we'll use those to make more floors. Actually, might have enough to make... I'm just trying to get as many going as I can. So we got 60 going. And then continue with the flooring. Oops. Well, I guess technically it kind of works. I just was trying to hit the right button. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want to fall in any holes is all. So that hole can stay. And then we're going to get 10 more just to kind of finish off this tunnel, I think. And then all the new stuff that's being made is what we're going to keep moving around. Oh, it's over there. I was like, where the heck did it go? I'm also trying to prevent my ass from falling in this hole, mainly. Ah, damn it. So I think that's good enough. The wheel, the wheel could fall on that one. So now, there we go. We want to follow the bucket. We're in reverse already, so let's back up down this tunnel as much as we can. The coal's worth more, so I'd rather not use the coal to fill in the floor as much as possible. We're gonna sell that and try and get our quests done. Let's use pay dirt instead. And, whoa, what the hell? I mean, it kind of worked anyways, because that's where I wanted to dump it, but I wasn't trying to tip my whole truck. Oh, actually, we got to make sure that all dips out, because if we don't tip it out, it's going to consume it. Alright, it looks like most of it came out. So we're gonna hop on out of the truck now. I guess we're just gonna pick it back up and put it in our inventory and stand back here in this corner. Okay. Okay, so this time let's try not to drive across the wood planks, I guess. You know what I do gotta get is the GPS for the truck. GP, there we go. And then we need to install it. Guess we'll just install it in place of one of the lights. Now, I can tell when I'm level or not without having to be on the outside. So we're gonna use that to our advantage. Let's start filling in the floor. Oh, I'm aimed down too far. Still kind of intentionally making a mess just to fill the floor as much as I can with non-coal. Definitely do wish there was a little bit better camera options, I guess, but they probably didn't exactly think about idiots like me that want to do dumb shit like this. Just kind of filling like a villain. And that way is my ramp, so I don't want to go that way, because I'll screw up my way out of here. And actually, I am able to keep it somewhat level coming off of this platform, so hold on a sec. Let's fill in this hole. And we're gonna see if we can keep this floor somewhat level without actual flooring. Fill in that hole. Thank you, sir, ma'am, whatever you are. Truck thing. Not an Apache helicopter, that's for sure. Yes, I'm talking to my little tractor thing. When you're stuck in a hole by yourself, you get bored. Alright. I do need to clip this video. I'm kind of wondering... Nah. I was gonna say, I'm wondering if I should be making these videos longer because there's a lot more going on. I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out as time goes on. But if you're watching from the stream, you know how this goes. I usually clip while I'm actually streaming for my YouTube recordings, so that I don't have to do any editing later. If you're watching from YouTube land, till next time, peace. If you liked today's episode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it goes a long way to helping the channel to grow. Thank you.